Hey guys, welcome back to Count It All Joy. Thank you so much for stopping by today's video. So sorry I left you hanging a little bit over the last couple of weeks. I did a video telling you we had a surprise, a new business opportunity that we were taking on, and then I left you hanging. So sorry about that. We did have the piglets born, and so that took all of our attention and all of our camera time over the last couple of weeks. So hope you forgive me and hope you're still excited to hear about it. So let's get right into the video. All right, we had to run out of the house crazy fast this morning, so I need to give the girls' bathroom a little tidy up, and then I'm also going to add some fall stuff on here. We did have this cute little soap, it's almost out, so I'm going to go ahead and give their bathroom a little bit of fall vibe in here. So I'll show you guys what I end up with. Okay, let me start over here on this countertop. Here's the before, and the after will be coming in just a second. All right, well that's done. It took a whole about 90 seconds to get everything put up that the girls had out this morning, and then also wipe down the countertops. I was going to tell you guys, I think we might have found someone to paint our cabinets. Of course we could do it, but I think he found a professional to do those. So I'm so excited to get all the cabinets in the house done. And once those are done, I will be giving you guys an update and showing you those. All right, so here's the items I'm working with right now. Show you how I end up putting those in the room and bringing it all together. I actually found one of these containers for the girls' bathroom. If I can get it open. And then also Dutch and I's, so that we keep our groons handy to be able to take those every morning or evening. And we don't forget to take those multivitamin packs. So I'm gonna use this so that they're handy on the counter and we don't forget them in the drawers. All right, so I'm just gonna put some of these little snack packs for them in here. Put some for Dutch and I in our bathroom. And then we can put the excess underneath one of the cabinets. But I think that's gonna keep these super accessible so the girls remember to take them every day and they'll be right there handy where they won't forget them. All right, so here's how this little cabinet over here turned out. Down here we keep some hand towels and things. I do wanna paint it in the future, but I'm waiting to see what we decide on the cabinets. So there's that, have a cute little smell good candle to light. And then over here, here's what we ended up with. So just have the little things on the counter that the girls use every morning. Just a couple little fall decorations. And now I'm gonna send Hadley out to get the eggs because that's the only other thing we didn't get to do this morning.
Let's go get the eggs. Hi, Gunner. I'm gonna park you up here so it doesn't fall backwards. Face. That's sad. I got all the eggs, so let's go back to the house.
Out here here on the homestead, my days start early and end late, and I don't always have time to chop veggies or blend up a smoothie. That's why I started taking greens, and honestly, they've become a game changer for me and my entire family. These aren't just a multivitamin or a greens powder. Greens packs it all into a daily snack pack. Over 20 vitamins and minerals and more than 60 nutrient-dense ingredients like organic kale, spinach, blueberries, and even super mushrooms. And the best part, they taste great. I actually look forward to taking mine every day. Greens are methylated, which basically means your body can actually absorb the vitamins like B12 and folate, plus they've got 3 times more dietary fiber than the leading greens powders. So they can help with gut health, energy, and even support healthier skin, hair, and nails. So who isn't gonna like that? All right, guys, if you wanna make nutrition simple and actually enjoyable, I can't recommend greens enough. Get up to 52% off by using my link in the description box and also a pinned comment. Trust me, you'll be glad you tried them. Now let's hop back over into the video. All right, guys, so we made it over here to the new property. I'm gonna tell you guys about some of the ideas that you left us in the comments or some of the guesses you had. And then I'm gonna let you in on what business we're gonna be opening here, hopefully very soon. So I hope you guys are as excited about it as we are. All right, so there was a couple guesses that were really close to what we're planning to do here. And then there were some other ideas that aren't what we're doing, but they still were great ideas and things that definitely would be a good business to have here. So we had several that were saying like a feed store. Actually, we've talked about that in the past, but it's just been something that, wasn't priority on our list. And there's actually a guy that Dutch went to school with who has a feed store in our town. So that's where we've been getting our feed, but that was a great guess. Then there was a lot of others that said like a farm store where you would have like eggs and meat and all that. I think there's actually one coming in on Main Street of the main town where we are in Pryor. And so we're excited for that to open, but that's not what we're gonna have here. I'm trying to think of some others. Oh, then some people said like a coffee shop or a donut shop. Also a great idea. There actually has been a donut shop here in the past and the girls loved it. They only got to come a couple times before it closed. So that was a great guess too. But I'm gonna go outside and get with Hadley and Dutch and we'll all tell you what the business is actually gonna be. Okay, so on Dutch's video yesterday, he gave a little sneak peek picture of this here. So this is something that's happening on the outside. This is off of the main building. And then also back here off of this little kind of added on area, there's also another lean-to being added on. So that should be finished in just a couple days. He was saying here's a better angle here. Okay, I'm gonna have to put my sunglasses on. Okay, Had, do you want to tell them what we're gonna have here without saying the name?
Like a dog boarding place.
Yes. So it's gonna be a dog boarding place for our area. Also, we're not gonna discriminate. We'll take kitty cats too, but I feel like most people board their dogs.
Take goats, pigs, whatever you got.
Yeah, I guess we could. So these add-ons out here, Dutchie just thought those would be good if it's bad weather and they need to go potty. And then the bigger area, we can actually put in outdoor kennels. But let's go back inside where it's less windy and he can tell you about what he's added on.
I'll show you over here too real quick since you're out here.
Okay.
So that main one's, I think, 30 by 16. And this one right here, I think, is 14 by 12.
Okay.
Like Randy said, it's just convenient with bad weather. They come out and see whatever. I want to do, depending on how all this goes, I want to do the same thing over here. I'll lean-to off. And potentially later we could put more kennels back here if we wanted to. But everything's just so expensive right now. So.
And this little carport is not ours. That's not on our property. Someone's actually going to be coming to pick it up.
You can come out here and get a better view of it.
Okay. It's just windy, so it's hard to hear. We'll give you this angle before we go inside. Sorry if it's windy. But yeah, so they'll have this fenced in area where they can run around in, but if we do want to do outdoor kennels, if people aren't worried about being in the climate controlled, there's a big area under there to fit more kennels.
And it makes it good for if we want to clean them all out at once, clean their cages out, we can bring them out here, let them play and poop and pee.
We do have, it's like 0.8 acres. So all this that's mowed here, we do still have all of that we could add on in the future. But for now, we're just starting a little smaller and see how it goes before we start getting crazy on adding stuff.
And I definitely want to fence it all off. This is 6-foot fence. This is what's recommended, so dogs don't just jump out. I would like to fence it all off eventually, regardless if we add on more buildings and stuff, at least get it all fenced.
Okay, so this back room here that comes right in off the yard, this is stuff I've been shopping for, so I don't mind that. But in here, this is gonna be the main kennel area where we've measured out how many we can fit in here. A couple of them can be stacked, but there will be some kennels in here. And then, like I told you before, this used to be like a kitchen area, so not sure really what we're gonna do in this part.
Probably dog grooming.
I'm not dog grooming. And then in here, I don't think I've given you the update, but so Dutch and Randy took off like the bottom, I guess it'd be like wainscoting stuff or whatever, and they added, what is this, metal?
It's still wainscoting with metal. It looked like this in back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looked like that old paneling.
I just wanted to look really nice if you're going to put couch. And
So they added the trim in this. They're going to stain the trim and everything. This is like a blue color, but actually here's the colors I was choosing from. We're going to go with one of these two, like this lighter green or this green. So we want it to look like rustic and, I don't know, homey, like that. He also did this and all of this wood. And this whole area, this is when I showed you guys that video when Nay was over here and they were working on this room. So this is gonna be another area that can have kennels in it.
So they call, what we're gonna put in here is they call these banks, like dog banks or whatever. And in that main room in there will be the big kennels, like 6x4, 4x4. And in here they'll come out probably the length of this wall, and there'll be big kennels. But like Randy said, they can stack them. And
so is that like when we've taken Lily, and if it's a smaller dog, they can be up higher in a smaller.
What's cool about the ones that we're going to be purchasing is that they're really sanitary. They got drains in the back. It's going to be literally, you just get your sprayer and you can spray them all out. The drain goes out to the drain, or you can hook it up to a shop vac. We'll show you guys that later in the future. But even the ones that we're going to have out there, they're all super easy to clean and keep everything sanitary. Because we know dogs have accidents. We wanted the least amount of cleanup.
Especially when they're away from home.
Mm-hmm.
Their food, they get nervous, they're all that. So
but
yeah.
This right here, did you know this used to be a restaurant at one time?
Yeah, that's like the pass-through window.
So you asked me one time if I was going to cover this up. I thought about it, but I started thinking, no, probably not. Because like you said, it's a pass-through. If we need to get dog food or if we need to get whatever, it makes it very convenient for us, and it gets good airflow through the rest of the building. So I think we'll probably leave it. Maybe change this or something.
Yeah. And I know everyone can have like their own opinions and be kind of critical. I saw on Dutch's video, I think, might have been mine. Someone's like, why do you have the door coming outward? Well, if it went inward, you can't use I don't even know if we'll put kennels on this side, but if the door went inward this way, you couldn't use that wall. Or if the door went inward that way. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't feel like without knowing the purpose of it, can't really make an opinion on a door swing.
You may want to put your lockers in here for all the dogs.
Yeah.
And the way we did this, we didn't have to do any plumbing or any electrical stuff. We literally put a temporary wall that we could take down if we ever wanted to.
Yeah.
And there's a ceiling fan that's pre-existing electric. So opening the door inwards would interfere with all this. So it just made more sense to us.
And this area is so wide open that barely having the door swing out, it doesn't take any space up.
I know that's the best option for us is we're taking a pre-existing building and turning it into our own. So it's trial and error.
This part up here is just going to be like the entryway. I've found some cute little dog decor and stuff where we can hang their leashes and, just kind of decorate.
I was telling Brandy she needs to put pictures of all of us with Gabby and Gracie.
Yeah, we're probably going to do that.
Carl.
So this area is kind of the entryway. This open area over here, we're definitely going to have a desk, a couch, a TV, a recliner, just kind of a hangout because we'll all be here sometimes working. And then also, if we want to, we could put a couple little crates over there. You also said maybe kind of like a little playpen area.
Yeah, so this company sells all this that you need, everything you need to start up a business. And they actually sell, they call them play yards, but they could pee in them, poop in them and all that. And it's just like the kennels. You could spray them out.
So it has fake grass?
Yeah, it's fake grass. That's what I was thinking about in there. I was measuring the other day that we could potentially put one in there because you really didn't want one in here because they don't look appealing to the eyes, but it is what it is. But one question I would have for your audience, Brandy, is where to put the desk at. I was almost thinking somewhere right here, so there was a barrier between you and the customer as they come in, check in, but I don't know because you got that spot over there too.
I know.
I
mean, I don't know. The one we went to, the little check-in area is just like this area, which that's fine. But I feel like if they did come in and they were like waiting or they had a question or something, I mean, they could sit on the couch, kind of more like a lounge area, like a doctor's office or something.
I was thinking about getting an electric fireplace out here. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to tell you the name yet until I need to make sure I have the website all reserved and everything, but then it'll make sense, kind of like our decor will make sense based on the name.
So one thing too, I talked to Brandy about, because it's right off the main highway. That's the reason, one of the main reasons why we bought the property is location. It's key location. But I want to take precaution. I don't want a dog running out.
Yeah.
So we talked about even putting like with those little play gates or something.
Yeah, like a gate for kids or animals.
Yeah, so when people come in, that's on them. And then once they step into it, now we can secure the dog, let the dog run around. Brandy, like I said, Brandy's gonna get a couch, chair, all that stuff. It's gonna be
That's true. I guess if they got loose, it could be like, okay, well, you can't do too much damage over here, but we don't want you running to the highway.
For sure.
So he's hoping to be up and running sometime in October. I think that's totally doable for sure. My main thing is I want to be before like Thanksgiving, because I know a lot of people travel for Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, all of that. And like in the past, we've tried to get a board, like one of our dogs boarded. And if you don't do it a few months ahead of time before the holidays or before summer, then there's no space. So I don't know if we'll be like completely booked out, but even if we just had a few dogs to kind of trial run and see how it goes.
Yeah, so I don't know if you told them they're wanting to start with like 10 dogs, like
it's
like 10 dogs, and see how this goes. I was telling people if it doesn't go, you can always sell the building and all that.
Yeah, or all the ideas they've gave us, farm store, donut shop. I mean,
this has been a donut shop before.
Yeah, and like this isn't our house or anything, so I'm fine with sharing where it is, because if some of you guys live around, you might want to use us for your boarding needs. But we're pretty much exactly between Pryor and Claremore on Highway 20.
Yeah.
So it's a super good location to where if you're actually traveling to the airport, you would be like on your way. You could hop on the highway up there in Claremore and go to the airport. It's just a really good location where you're right on a major road here.
So I've been researching this actually for like 2 years, and probably the last year and a half I've been talking to Brandy about it. And we actively been looking for probably close to a year of properties, and there just wasn't anything. A lot of people do them at home. That's perfectly fine. Yeah. We just live so far out in there, and we don't want a bunch of people in our house.
Yeah, it would be very inconvenient for them to bring their dogs to us. So we'll have to figure out the hours, but we're gonna have just a small window in the morning and the evening where it's like drop off and pick up. So like, hey, they get back at 8 o'clock at night. Well, you won't be able to pick little Fido up till in the morning during our little window.
Unless they make
make arrangements. So that's kind of the plan.
That being said, this will be obviously a lot of hands-on, but we won't be here 24/7. I'm gonna have security cameras in here. We could 24-hour monitor, and that's the way a lot of them are ran. If you're doing that at your house, obviously you're there 24/7, but even then you're really not. You're in your house doing other things. But the dogs, as far as being able to watch them, I'm gonna have all the security cameras set up where we can have a live.
If there's some emergency going on, then we could get over here.
Yep. So
Hadley, are you our first employee? Are you excited? What part are you looking forward to?
The dogs.
Well, yeah, but what doing with the dogs?
Picking up poop?
You're the official pooper scooper.
Washing them.
Oh, well, yeah, we do have, we're not planning on doing like grooming at this point, but we do have a little sink area in there. So yeah, so if one of them got messy, kind of like one of the smaller dogs, actually, if it's a bigger dog and they did just have a major catastrophe accident, is there water outside so we can hose them off?
I actually thought about, me and Brent talked about this, actually maybe potentially renting out that middle space for someone else to run their own grooming business out of. They pay us monthly rent like you do at a
like you would,
that's something we're kicking around. Obviously, I know you're gonna get these comments. Insurance, we'll have all the insurance coverage.
We already have stuff now for the building, but then of course the business insurance for like liability of the animals and stuff.
I know a lot of you guys worry about this, but we'll have all our bases covered. But if you guys run
a dog boarding business yourself, send me an email, keepingitdutch.com. Give us any advice that you got. Even though I've been doing research for 2 years, we're new to this. I mean, like as far as watching other people's dogs, and we know they are your babies just like ours are our babies. So any advice, keepingitdutch@yahoo.com.
Okay, so of course I'm not going to get off here without giving you guys a little update on the piggies. So when Hadley and I get back to the homestead, we'll go out there and show you how they're doing, how big they're getting. It's crazy how fast they grow. They've been playing in the mud waller and everything else, so we'll show you them when we get back home. All right, Hadley and I are walking up to check on Mama number 2's piglets, but that has been their hangout spot every day over in that corner. I don't know if they like the little bit of sunshine, if it's actually a shadier spot at certain times during the day. It also connects to Buddy, so maybe they're wanting to see their dad. I don't know, but Mama's there in the waller, and then the little piglets are over in that corner. So let's walk over there and show you guys just how big they're getting. All right, so let's sneak up on these little piggies. I see a little piggy pile. They're so cute. Hi, Mama. Are you enjoying your mud? There they are. They have been getting filthy. It's okay, Mama. You don't have to hop up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They're all accounted for. I don't have any treats for you, Mama. I'm sorry. I saw your bowl of food over there was plenty full. Hi. You're the one that made me jump the fence, aren't you?
And me.
I don't really think you would have done anything, but we weren't taking any chances where we had. All right, so there's Mama number 2 and all her beautiful babies. They're getting so big. What's that one doing? Get up, Piggy. Oh, there it goes.
There's horseflies on here.
I know. We've been battling the horseflies, haven't we, Mama? Hadley's been spraying them off constantly. All right, let's go show Mama number 1. Want to? Right. So I'm going to come around this little pig hut here and see how many babies are in there. Hey, what are you guys doing? Are you taking a nap? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count at least 6. Maybe 7 in there, but I saw one over here by Mama. So let's come over here. Carl Wayne. Okay, here's Mama number 1. Hi, Mama. Oh, and here's 2 piglets. So the other 6, oh my goodness. So the other 6 are over in the little shelter. Hi, sweetie. I was just showing an update on your babies, okay? They're so cute. They're starting to get muddy too. They've been getting in the pond or the waller. Okay, well, keep up the good work feeding all those babies. Tell them see you next time. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave us some comments down below what you think about the boarding business that we're starting. Give us some name ideas. We actually have one picked out, but it wouldn't hurt to have some other options to kind of throw around. So leave those down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to check out Groons in the description box and also the pinned comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.